everybody be like for the culture, for the culture. We
Yeah,
we get so territorial from outsiders of the culture.
right. Culture
If
vultures.
somebody else comes into the culture and they're making money off of the culture, we call them culture vultures.
Right.
The culture, the culture, the culture. That ain't part of the culture. Our culture. What is the culture?
Yo, what up? Right now I'm out ATVing in the rainforest with a group of high-level entrepreneurs. I'm a seven-figure entrepreneur. My mentor, Nehemiah Davis,
Listen to
eight-figure
me.
entrepreneur.
Listen to me, y'all. And I don't even want to put him in a box. I know you teach 99 ways how to get into real estate, how to use OPM, but this man's going to teach y'all just entrepreneurship, period. How to get in the game, stay in the game, and get that 6 and 7 figures, man. This man constantly investing in himself, putting himself in rooms. This is why he's on that next level. This is why he's been making this type of impact for so many years. But now that man coming out and helping y'all do it. So when Blake said, yo, I'm about to go crazy, I said, I'm looking at it. So listen, if y'all interested, getting your money right, getting your time back, and be able to scale and grow your businesses, AstenCeo, Blake, I'm telling y'all, don't look nowhere else. When you told me the 99 ways, though, peep this. I never heard nobody say 99 ways.
Right.
I heard about 1,
You heard a couple.
2, 3, 4, 5 max. 99?
99.
Yeah, okay. Y'all
Crazy,
tripping if
y'all.
y'all don't. But
Hey.
I really don't. 99 ways? It's impossible to fail.
Most important thing y'all can do is get in the room.
Welcome to another episode of It's Credit at the Top. I am your host, AstenCeo. Got the voice of God on the other end with me,
Hey, God is the greatest.
man. And I want to say, I just want to have a brief discussion about something that's really been like weighing on my mind lately.
Mm-hmm.
And just since I got to the point of YouTube monetization, you might have to bleep out this first, the F bomb.
Okay, let me get
Maybe.
let me get my,
Because I
my
realized
notepad out.
I realized since I got monetized, YouTube don't mind, like, they'll let you curse. I just saw some stuff that it was like maybe not so much in the beginning. And I think I even talked about that on like the first
Yeah,
40 something episodes ago.
yeah, you did.
And I was reading the guidelines too. It was like, nah, they don't mind explicit language. It's just, is it excessive? What type is it? Where is it placed at?
Mm-hmm.
All that type of stuff. But bro, I just want to say, the culture.
Mm.
Uh, the culture. The culture is the culture. Like, what is the culture, bro?
Hmm.
Nah, for real. Like, what is it? Everybody be like for the culture, for the culture.
Yeah,
We get so territorial from outsiders of the culture.
right. Culture vultures.
If somebody else comes into the culture and they're making money off of the culture, we call them culture vultures.
Right.
The culture, the culture, the culture. That ain't part of the culture. Our culture. What is the culture?
I mean, it low key in 2 words is like quote unquote everything black, everything that we consider to be black. So that's like um because for whatever reason we don't associate like when we think of black culture, we think of just like hip hop, we think of rap lyrics, we think of like R&B music, we think about gangster movies and stuff like that. We don't really think about like the scientists we have, or you know what I mean.
So when you think the culture, the first thing that came out, you said hip hop.
Mm-hmm.
So is hip hop considered black culture?
Yep.
And what is and hip hop is what culture? Crime culture.
Mm-hmm.
Hip hop is based off of some bullshit street crime activity
Mm-hmm.
that the fans respect to a certain level that they wouldn't uphold in their regular lives, because we can separate the vision of the culture and say we're civilians.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
They are too.
Yep.
All the hip hop artists are too. And then you get that blend of the culture coming into the music,
Mm-hmm.
and then you got all this nonsense that goes on.
Mm-hmm.
And then people, they get upset and they get sad and, oh, we gotta stop this when something happens to one of our publicly known figures or celebrities or
Mm-hmm.
rappers, which God rest her dead, to anybody that's passed away, or you know.
Mm-hmm.
But when the stuff happens every single day to somebody else, it ain't we gotta stop this.
Right.
It's when a rapper gets taken out.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm like, but that's the culture, right?
Yeah, that's an interesting
Y'all
point.
sit there, y'all sit there and listen to music about people sliding, and y'all girls just twerking to this.
Mm-hmm.
When somebody slides, it's, oh, we gotta stop this.
Right. Right.
I thought that's what you liked. You turn to it every weekend. You listening to it in the cribs. Girls is getting ready with they girlfriends.
Mm-hmm.
You go to the club, it is the most violent, disrespectful, eerie music playing. They sliding on the ops. Drill music, some of the most popular rap right now, right?
Mm-hmm.
All they talking about sliding on the ops. Then somebody slide on the ops. Rapper passes away. We gotta stop it. Stop turning up to the music.
Mm-hmm.
I thought that's what you like.
Mm-hmm.
Why, when it becomes a reality, it's like, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Drake, talk about it.
I know. I know. I was thinking about all the stuff I've been listening to the last week, because initially when I first heard the new album, I couldn't listen to it because the first song, 21, talking about, sliding on the opposite, blah, blah, blah. And that was like, Takeoff was way too fresh. You know what I'm saying? And I was like,
Yeah.
I don't want to listen to this. I literally cut it off like maybe 30, 40 seconds in.
21, not too long ago, like maybe a month or so ago, came out like talking about, this is when PNB, uh,
Mm-hmm.
when the unfortunate situation happened with PNB. 21 was like, yo, we gotta stop this gun violence.
Mm-hmm.
And whatever his message was, and then people was like, come on, bro, you of all people.
Yeah.
And then and I like 21.
Mm-hmm.
But then he was like, nah, I'm just saying this is entertainment. Like, what else we gonna make our music about? Basically was his comeback to it. Like, y'all gotta stop. But I'm like, you influence the culture.
Right. Right.
It became a point where originally rappers messed it all up, because back in the day, like back in the day, them rappers wasn't doing what they was saying. They was just telling stories. They
Mm-hmm.
was lying.
Mm-hmm.
Like Ice Cube and NWA way before my time. But from stuff that I've done in my research and watching movies and docs and just hearing interviews from other people and just talking to people that was like of age back then, like grew up in that,
Mm-hmm.
they thought Ice Cube was the most gangster dude, period.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Ice Cube came from a great home, middle class, good
Yeah.
grades. He was just telling stories of other dudes that he saw. He ain't ever do nothing. But it
Man.
like people thought he was the biggest gangster ever. Dr. Dre, you seen the
Mm-hmm.
old stuff? He in the shiny suits and stuff, and then all of a sudden he get into a new group. He holding the Uzis with the. Then
Scopes.
it gets to a point these kids is believing all this stuff,
Mm-hmm.
and then they're looking at that as a viable option to get out. So it's like, oh, we think that's what we supposed to do by the time
Mm-hmm.
it gets to like 90s and stuff.
Yeah.
And then it spill into the 2000s. It's like you just got all these kids done started believing these stories from these rappers, whether true or false. And they just talking to the point, Drake talks about sliding and uh
Yeah.
what's that one song he does all that? The beat drops. Maybe if I do a 20 something, I should do a 10. Do something, something, do a 5. If he didn't shoot that live, he'd be alive again. Like Drake's even dissing
Mm-hmm.
dead ops now, bro.
Yeah.
That's the SSX Tentacion.
Oh, that's what you talking about?
Yeah.
Uh,
From what most likely that's what he's talking about. But I'm like, it's even to the point where Drake, childhood TV star, I'm sure he got ties to different stuff, but those ties only happened because of those ties wanting to eat off of his music career. That's the only reason why those ties are even established.
mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah.
then it's like he rapping about sliding. I don't know if that's what that line is about, but if you break it down or whatever, the 20s into the 10s or whatever, it all breaks down into XXX, like 3 10s.
Mm.
And then he says if he didn't do that live, he'd be alive again. Like,
Yeah.
cause didn't he get killed off of he went on live or somewhere,
Yeah,
he
he
was going to
went.
buy a bike and they pulled up on him.
Yeah, he went live with him showing all the cash because he was bike shopping.
Yeah, so it's like if you break down the numbers, they saying it adds up to like a 3 10s, XXX 30.
Yeah.
If he didn't do the live, and they had problems, like it's known that they ain't rock with each other. Cause that's his hit. Drake took like his whole flow. Like I know you probably don't know, but you can just YouTube real quick off of this. You'll hear him like SXS Tentacion like dissing Drake on like an interview and stuff like, bro, the dudes talk about he want to do a song with me. Then I'm like, oh man, this is Drake. And then this thing I know, I hear his biggest song is it's my song. Like, and you can hear it. It's it's his song. You know Drake does that.
Yeah,
Like,
for sure. For sure. Like he did
so I'm like,
with Soldier. Remember with Soldier Boy, it was like
he took my whole flow.
Yeah. Oh man.
Shoot, that him and 21 do it on the like take other people's flows and stuff. 21's even made stuff. I'm a savage. Classy boots, ratchet. On that one song, he said, I'm a savage. Like, it's just some rap stuff. But
Yeah,
Drake
for
could
sure.
throughout history, he'll find something hot
Just jacket.
that a very small amount of the population knows. Like at the time, he was big to a lot of people, but a lot of people didn't know Triple X at the same time.
Right.
So it's to a point where he can, I can't remember what the song is, but if I find the two songs, I'm gonna find them when we get off here and play you this one and play you that one. You're gonna be like, I never knew.
Drake.
But I remember Tupac saying I remember a Tupac clip of an interview I was listening. Ooh, I can't talk.
Yeah,
I remember this Tupac interview that I was listening to, and whatever he was talking about, he was saying that America eats its babies. And I was like, yeah, but America, it's done that since its foundation. Like, America, we can't get over certain things that as a country yet because we ain't never took the time to address our foundation or where it started. We just don't want to talk about it. We'll talk about it.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
But, nobody else wants to talk about it.
Right.
Just act like it didn't happen. Man, that was so long ago. Whereas any other country that's gotten through this stuff, they address the foundation of it.
Yep. And
like, how much... Yeah, like Germany addressed all that stuff.
They paid too. They paid, right?
Yeah. Yeah, America's paid everybody. That's why everybody else gets over whatever they get over. Don't talk about it. Why y'all still talking about it? They ain't paid us.
Right.
They paid the natives and gave them some land.
Mm-hmm.
I ain't saying that they may have paid them what they should have, but I'm just saying something got broken up. Bro, they pay Eskimos.
I ain't know that.
Cool, bro. If you an Eskimo, you get some money from America for whatever the reason.
Mm.
They paid Japan.
Oh, for
They've paid countries where we didn't even do the bad stuff restitution.
mm-hmm.
But when it come to us, they be like, come on, man. What y'all talking about?
I wonder.
What
I
y'all
wonder if.
what y'all-
I wonder if there's something like in the paperwork to where like technically we still on some like 3/5 of a man type stuff. You know what I'm saying?
it still is in the paperwork.
Oh, okay.
The
Well,
Declaration of Independence.
well, there you have it.
It's still in the paperwork. Like the foundation of the country, we still ain't addressed it.
Yeah.
They ain't written no new rules. It still says that slavery is it's still intact if you're a prisoner.
Yep. That's the 13th Amendment, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. We never everybody else addressed the foundation of stuff that they did wrong or whatever and then move forward from there.
Mm-hmm.
America addresses the foundation of stuff with other people except for us.
Yeah.
Because I tell people this, or I ask people all the time, I'll be like what's America's number one export? And then they Google, and if you Google America's number one export, hold up. If you Google America's number one,
Man, don't say people.
nah, it's gonna be something like I think it's something to do with gas or parts or something.
Mm.
Refined petroleum, crude petroleum, cars, integrated circuits, petroleum gas.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, nah, America's number one export is black culture.
Mm-hmm.
Cause think worldwide, bro, we control the cool.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's what black people create, the cool.
Mm-hmm.
Since day one. Every single person globally is doing everything to look, act, and dress like a black American.
Mm-hmm.
We control the cool. But it goes back to me saying the culture, everybody else can look like the culture, but they don't get affected by the culture. So Pac said America eats its babies. I say, nah, our culture eats its babies.
Mm.
There's nobody else, there's no other people, there's nobody else that gotta go through what we go through from our culture.
Right.
Say hip hop culture, there's no other genre of music where they gotta worry about dying
Yeah.
because they made a song.
People, yeah.
That just the thought of that is bonkers, bro.
Yeah.
But we come to accept it.
I thought about who was that? Well, it ain't even got to be one person. It's just been people been just saying like it's the most dangerous job in America, and that's sad, bro. Being a rapper.
It's not. They just say that
I know,
'cause
but
it sound good, but it is a dangerous
yeah,
game.
you know what I'm saying. But the fact that dangerous and rapper in the same conversation is crazy because it's an art form.
Oh, it's dangerous being black because our culture kills us.
Yeah. Yeah.
So they say, so we mess around, and I am sensitive to this because it hurt. I'm not to a point where I'm desensitized to all this stuff.
Yeah, me either. Yeah.
Cause say PNB went out, probably ain't even a month went by, or if so, about a month went by, then take off, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then whoever was before that, however much time and whatever. But it seems like all these rappers is dying, like so much. But I'm like, bro, that's such a small percentage of what's really dying out here.
Right.
So then they'll say rapper most dangerous job in America. y'all rappers ain't saying nothing in y'all's music about all these other people dying. Why it's not a problem when everybody else is?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe if y'all started addressing it, it wouldn't be a problem like that.
Mm-hmm.
But then as soon as one of y'all happen to, it's probably, I know it's thousands of rappers nationwide, but if you really thinking of just people know, 40, 50 people that rap that people know who they are.
Yeah, for sure.
So I'm like, if the 40 or 50 of y'all would sit here and talk about all these other people that's literally dying every single day at numbers unheard of, at numbers at a higher clip of wars that are going on right now in just one little city,
Yeah.
that's a tourist attraction of the country.
Yeah.
But then it's a problem when one of y'all, oh man, we gotta stop this. Hey y'all, I don't want to be a rapper no more, man. I don't want to be a rapper. I'm seeing these rappers say, I don't want to be a rapper no more, man. I'm tired of this, bro. But all your music talks about what you tired of.
Yeah.
And it's just irritating me, bro. Cause I've had, like, my family on both sides, we've experienced a lot of death this year. Like, whether it be say my granny, she lived a full life. It wasn't nothing,
Yeah.
like, she lived a full life. My aunt just passed away, some health complications or whatnot. So we got some stuff like that, but we've experienced a lot of death and just years, just off of the culture. My cousin just got murdered a few days ago. The culture murdered my cousin. But yeah, we're sad. But I'm like, but if that was a rapper, it would be like, oh, we gotta
Yeah, no, that's
we gotta stop this. But my cousin he get ambushed. Basically some stuff that a rapper will rap about. I'll tell you details off camera, but it's like a legit setup ambush type stuff from the ops. But I'm like, I thought that was cool. That's what y'all like. That's what y'all listen to. That's what y'all bopping. That's what y'all turning up to. That's what y'all getting lit to.
Hey, right now I'm in Puerto Rico living life on my terms with a group of high-level entrepreneurs. Pin the camera. All 6, 7, and 8-figure earners. The difference between us and you is that we know how to monetize our IP, our intellectual property, and get income 24/7 living life on our own terms. Go ahead, click the link, learn from high-level 6, 7, and 8-figure entrepreneurs for less than $1 a day. If you're interested in that, go ahead, click the link. If not, just call me a scam like you do everybody else on the internet. Keep on scrolling.
Another one of my cousins a couple months ago, maybe 2-3 months, whatever it was, a couple months ago, he passed away. The culture got him OD'd. He's around our age. I was just telling some of my mentees today, I was like kind of having this talk to them also. I was like, yo, with my age, I feel like the drugs being cool recreationally started with the era of rap that I fell in love with. My era being a kid, that era, Lil Wayne's era. I was like, Lil Wayne introduced that. You didn't hear people talking about, like, I'm old enough to remember before and after. Like, before Wayne becoming Wayne, you didn't hear about people talking about doing drugs, bro. Only person you heard about doing drugs was Eminem, and we was like, yeah, that white boy crazy.
When you say drugs, you talking about like pills and stuff?
Real drugs.
Yeah, because I was about to say,
talking about
like,
smoking no weed.
Nah, I was just about to say.
Well, you from a certain place.
Yeah.
So you from Houston. That pocket, I had never heard of lean until Wayne. Never heard of it in my life. So I'm like, yeah, you had a little pocket like Houston and Philly. That was like the only 2 spots in the country that was drinking lean.
I didn't even know Philly was on it like that.
Like if you meet some people from Philly or listen to some old stuff, you'll hear them talking about it. It was to the point where they didn't know, like, until people knew who Houston was. Like, them Philly cats was like thinking we been drinking this. Just called it something different.
I ain't know that.
But I'm saying, but even still though, even in that little pocket of Houston, that wasn't like nationally a cool thing. And even when Houston rappers did have that little window, that little 2 year window, like being popping nationally with Mike Jones and Slim Thug and Paul Wall and uh UGK when Pimp got out
Mm-hmm.
and I know they not Houston, but you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Lil Kiki I remember hearing some Lil Kiki songs and Lil Flip, that little era.
Mm-hmm.
We wasn't list where I'm from. I'll just say where I'm from. We was hearing it because it was on TV. Like that's the music video age. That's the
Mm-hmm.
106 and Park age, the TRL and all this stuff.
Yeah.
But that wasn't like I'm sure it was on their album cuts or whatever y'all was listening to, but we wasn't hearing it like that. Like, oh, they drinking cough syrup.
Right.
We just hear a slowed up song and hear him talking about stuff. Sure, it's in the song, but we don't know what it means.
Mm.
I'm sipping. No, he's sipping. He drinking.
How the song go?
No, I'm just saying, y'all know y'all always creeping and crawling, sipping and pouring and stuff. So I pulled up and I'm sipping. The wood grain and I'm gripping.
Yeah.
But so think if I'm 15 and I hear they sipping, I'm just all right, they drinking.
Yeah.
Thank you. You're a kid, adolescent mind, you don't know.
Yeah.
It wasn't as descriptive. It wasn't social media. It wasn't.
Yeah.
But then, but then when Wayne came, and I'm a Wayne fan, and we knew Wayne, but I'm saying that's why I'm saying when he came, like he had been there, but I'm saying
When he arrived, like,
when Best
yeah.
Rapper Alive Wayne came.
Yeah, for sure. What's that? 07?
Wayne, I don't know. I just know we was listening to Wayne for a minute, but when he started putting out the Squad Up tapes, it started to get different, and it was like, dang, he looked different. Then that Carter One came out, and
Oh yeah. But you know what I was thinking? I'm thinking like, I think like he started to come around, but when I'm thinking like Wayne arrived, I'm thinking about
Carter 3.
that run that he had. Like what was it, like
Yeah,
18 months where he was just like,
yeah.
yeah.
It was like around a Carter 2 time.
Mm-hmm.
It's like when it fireman time and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Then the dedication started.
And the droughts.
Then the droughts.
Yeah.
And then no, the droughts was out before. But the droughts, because I was listening to drought in high school.
Yeah,
Then the
but
droughts,
the
then
drought
then the
3 probably my
dedication.
favorite.
Yeah, but then the droughts, the dedications, the dedications, him and DJ Drama.
Yeah. That was Katrina. That was '05.
Boom. Yeah, and before that, Carter 3. Like, and I'm like, yo, Wayne had a song says, I feel like dying.
Mm-hmm.
And all that he's lonely want some, I feel like dying. That's the hook.
Mm-hmm.
And the whole bars is just talking about all the drugs that he's doing. I'm like, that was different.
Mm-hmm.
I remember it was only Eminem talking about, and it was like, all right, he just talking some white boy crazy stuff.
Yeah.
It was 3-6 would talk some stuff, but 3-6 would talk some extreme. I didn't listen to 3-6. I'm like, what are they talking about? They talking about doing everything, like everything hard, snorting up, shooting up, all kinds of stuff. And that was it. Wayne made it cool.
Mm-hmm.
And also you gotta think too, location, Wayne is from a place that has its own drug culture too.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're thinking about New Orleans big on that H.
Yeah.
So Wayne, and just through other stuff that I've heard of like just different interviews with different people, hearing Turk is one of the best interviews you'll ever hear, bro. Hearing
On
Turk
Drink
talk
Champs.
about stuff they was doing. Just Turk anywhere, bro. I'm
Oh.
watching it. Like, you know how to sell a book. I'll be like, all right, bro.
Yeah.
I ain't even gonna say, look, but he talking about what they was doing back then. He's like, yo, they was young shooting up heroin. Like, they was kids shooting up heroin. So, like, Wayne been doing drugs since, like, before he was even a teenager.
Yeah.
Like, hard drugs, bro. So I'm like, he just rapping about stuff that he was actually doing, to the point where now, how I say the gangster stuff starting off, now it graduated to the drugs is cool. It's cool. So now these rappers is starting to rap about drugs that they are or are not taking. Future.
Niggas gonna say that. Right.
He flat out said he don't take drugs like that. It's just something. I heard Nicki Minaj, she had to sit down with Joe Budden. And I'm like, why didn't this clip of Nicki go viral?
What she
Because
say?
she was like, I'm gonna find it and send it to you. Cause you know how Joe Budden had got them pull-ups or whatever them one-on-one joints is called. He had one with Nicki recently, like within the past
Yeah,
year,
that was the
maybe.
second one. Like a few months ago or something, right? Like,
Nah, it was longer than that.
oh.
But if it wasn't sometime this year, late last year, I know it's sometime recently.
Yeah.
And she was she was in the studio with him, and he was basically like, "Nah, I don't do that." And she was like, "What? But you rap about?"
Yeah, he like the king of it.
Yeah, he built the brand off of it and got all these people out here off killing themselves. Where you got a whole song that's the whole lyrics of the hook, Percocets, Molly Percocets.
Yeah.
That's all he says the whole entire time.
Yeah.
Then sprinkle some mask off in between that. But you ain't even out here doing it. And I'm like, yo, when we gotta, I'm doing my part for the everybody got a level of influence. So I'm like, they doing the rappers which influence the culture. I don't care what they role model or not. People looking at you.
Right.
I looked up to all these guys when I was little. Like once I got into this stuff, only reason I wanted tattoos because I saw Allen Iverson had tattoos.
I don't know why I wanted tattoos, because I don't have a person I can connect to it, but I wanted them though.
I know my reason why. Like Wayne got that old video. What is your why? Like Wayne even broke it down too. He wasn't like glorifying the negative impact he's had on people, but Wayne got like an hour plus video from years ago just walking around his crib like, why do y'all do what y'all do? And everything was like coming back to him. Like, I'm why. Like, why y'all got tattoos? And Wayne was saying the reasons why he did stuff too. He wasn't saying he was just like, just admit that you're influenced by this stuff. Everybody's influenced by something. It's human nature. You're influenced by your environment. That's why I say intentionally expose yourself to new things, because exposure leads to expansion. I can say 1996, Allen Iverson came out. He was my favorite basketball player. I didn't grow up wanting to be like Mike. The only basketball jersey I asked for as a kid was Penny. I had a Penny Hardaway jersey. Iverson came out. I ain't had Jordans. I got Iversons. He started to get tatted up. He got braids. I got braids. Yeah. Wasn't old enough to get tat shit, but I wanted them. Why? I saw Iverson have them. I used to think I wanted a Bentley back in the day. Why? I saw Hove driving one.
Bentley's fire. I like a Bentley.
But Wayne was even saying the same thing. He's like, I saw this car. The dude said it cost $1 million. You can't loan on it. It's called a Bugatti. I said, I want one. Why do you have a Bugatti? Got people making songs. I woke up in a new Bugatti. You don't even own one. How'd you wake up in it?
I know what video you're talking about too. Because
what he say?
What he say? He said, the dealers, they literally told me I was the first. What is it? Did he say black man or black rapper with it? What did he say? You know what I'm talking about?
Man, yeah, it's the same video.
Yeah.
It's like first black man in it with it, the first
And-
whatever it was. Wayne really was the first one,
Yeah.
like over here with the joint. He's like, "Why you got tattoos?" I'm tatted. Wayne lifting up everywhere, like showing that he's literally he pulling down his pants, like he ain't showing his stuff, but he pulling down every like.
Yeah.
Are you tatted? Are you tatted? He's showing the palm of his hands. Are you tatted? I thought it was fly. Wayne got a tattoo in his palm that says the world.
Yeah.
He's like, why do you sit? Yeah, I know some people were doing that was a small subculture, bro. That stuff went global because of Wayne.
Yeah.
That's what goes back to why I say my cousin OD, right? Because of the culture. Nah, he OD'd on some different stuff, but it started off with thinking all that stuff cool. You know how many family members and just people like heroin's big in Kentucky. Bro, so many family members and childhood friends, high school teammates, people I went to school with, so many people done passed away from that. Like so many, bro. And it's cause and I hate that they call it ODing. Cause they're not ODing.
Right.
They're being poisoned.
Right.
Cause if you I'll say my cousin, for example. He had what's it called? They put Narcan with him. So obviously, this is what he does. He's prepared. He's used to. I don't know what happened. I wasn't there, but I'm just thinking. If you got something, you got Narcan with you in case stuff goes wrong, so you'll be straight. You're obviously prepared, and you've done this before.
Right. Exactly.
You know your limits. You know how much you can take. And you got the backup in case stuff goes wrong. He didn't want to die.
Right.
He was had a problem, had addiction. He was doing what it is that he does. You know, I don't be judging people. Everybody got their own things that they go through. But obviously, with how they found him, his friend was there. Him and his friend was doing it together. It's like, okay, he's prepared. But you can't prepare for fentanyl.
Yeah.
So he's thinking he bought whatever he normally buys in the dosages that he normally takes. Got the Narcan as a backup. But you can't plan for that.
Yeah.
Lights out.
Man, bro.
But the culture rap about that. Rapper from my city. And you know, I be rooting for him, just not from my city, from my state. ESTG. I just like to see people from my state winning, because it ain't that many people from Kentucky like doing it at a certain level to where other people can aspire to do stuff.
Right.
I want to see people from where I'm from see somebody where they from and be like, oh, that's dope. But remember, when I first let you hear, G, you want to change your life, dog? My best advice: a brick of fentanyl. Like, that's cool. One of my homies, he got jammed up. He got locked up a few months ago. For what? He sells fentanyl. I know a lot of people in the streets done got rich off of it. But I'm like, this is the culture.
Right.
That's why I be like, man, fuck the culture. What are we repping so hard? And we don't own nothing of the culture. This music that we talking about, we don't own it.
Nope.
Somebody else profiting off all this pain of all this turn up is leading to all this pain. Don't none of us own it. It's just like even on some low level street stuff. Yeah, we get arrested for selling the stuff on the corner or selling the stuff however we sell it, but we ain't bringing it in.
Right. It ain't all.
We're just distributing it. These artists, they don't own it. They just getting some advance money up front.
Mm-hmm.
The artists start showing their money. Guess what? The streets start showing their money. Y'all both just showing y'all's re-up. All y'all just showing y'all's re-up money. All of y'all rappers is showing y'all's re-up. It ain't no different than advance is re-up.
Mm-hmm.
They cut you a check up front for what you owe them back. Y'all go sell y'all's little work. Y'all go sell y'all's little work on the street. You get your money. You flashing your re-up like you got some money. Nah, bro, go re-up.
Right.
You need that to go re-up.
Yep.
So everybody out here just showing it, showing loans.
Yeah, 1,000%.
And putting yourself out there as a target to where somebody's gonna want to come and take that from you. Because the streets is hungry. And it makes and to some of these people it makes sense, bro. There's an interview out there talking about another rapper too. I'm name dropping rappers, all of them, bro. And it pains me because they're so talented.
Yeah.
Nardo Wick's. I seen a clip of an interview with Nardo Wick. He's with 240-something-year-olds, grown people. I'm like, y'all should have called this man out on this. Because other people listening to this. He's like, nah, I always thought, why go get a job when I can just go rob somebody?
Yeah, I saw that clip. Yeah.
The chick next to him probably in her 40s, she giggling.
Yeah, I saw that.
I'm like, this is a time to correct this young man.
Yeah.
He's a teenager.
It's a teachable
with influence. Yeah. And even if you don't get through to him, at least maybe you plant a seed to where he'll be like, dang, kids just listening to this. Ain't gonna think what I just said is cool. Don't go get a job. You can rob somebody. It's like, why would I go work for 2 weeks to get paid $500 or $1,000 when I can go rob somebody in 10 minutes and get 15 bands?
Mm-hmm.
And she giggling. Like, I'm like, this is the culture.
Yeah. Yep.
So now when they see the person showing the re-up, they gonna want to, all right, when we see him, he's an opportunity.
Yep.
That's food. Let's eat. And you only gonna do it to somebody that looks like you. Mm-hmm. You ain't gonna go do that to somebody else.
Fear stands for forget everything and run or face everything and rise. The problem is that you're letting your fear stop you from living life on your terms. Click the link and start making an income on your own terms, which then starts to let you start living life on your own terms. I'll see you on the other side.
All these rappers checking in and stuff, you ain't gonna ask Taylor Swift to check in.
Yeah. What Taylor came out with a gangster song. I was talking about checking in, bro.
Like you ain't asking Taylor Swift to check in. You ain't asking who?
Timberlake.
I don't even know who that is.
Justin Timberlake.
Oh, yeah, Justin Timberlake. You ain't asking Justin Timberlake to check in.
Not at all.
You ain't asking man, I'm such a big fan of her, bro. What is her name?
Christina Aguilera. Ariana Grande.
No.
Mariah Carey.
Stranger Things.
Ellie. L. 11.
Yeah, but what's her name?
I don't know.
It's like something Bobby Brown. Millie Bobby Brown. That's it. Millie Bobby Brown.
That's her name? Culture Vulture. Nah,
Yeah, Millie Bobby Brown. Like, you ain't asking Millie Bobby Brown to check in.
That's an amazing name.
But you ask the person that looks like you to check in.
Right.
For friendly extortion.
Because it's your city.
And you don't own nothing in the city.
Yeah.
Our culture don't own nothing of the culture. We rep blocks that we don't own. We rep clothing brands that we don't own. In the city where you live at, you can't even wear a baseball team that you're a fan of's hat because somebody else of the culture reps that and it's dangerous.
Yeah.
You can't wear Seattle's Mariners hat and on the real, you can't wear no baseball team's hat in Los Angeles.
True.
Like literally, like
True. Yeah, because all the colors, like yellow.
it ain't even color. It's just symbols on the hat too. You can't wear Houston Astros hat in LA.
Bro, I remember when I was out with Thump one night, and I was in there. Some song came on. I'm doing this, like H Town, H is up. He came with me. He's like, bro, don't do that no more, bro. Like you had somebody come poke you 17 times before you even blink twice, bro. He's like, don't do that.
Yeah.
I was like, what you mean? I'm just repping my city. He was like, bro, don't do that, dog. I was like, all right. Note taken. We was in the club somewhere.
But that's the culture. Like you can't wear a Houston Astros hat with the H in the middle and the star around it in LA. You can't wear a Seattle's Mariners hat. You can't wear the Boston Red Sox hat. You can't wear the Braves hat. You can't, bro.
Yeah.
That's literally you can't wear a Padres hat. You can't wear bro. Like I'm not exaggerating. Like basically just about every baseball team.
Yeah.
You'll get killed behind it because you wore a hat.
Yeah.
The culture. Everybody in every hood in America got so much love and pride for their hood. We don't own it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, what you got so much pride for this street that you don't own? We'll get our hoods tatted on us.
Yeah. Yeah.
A bunch of people with street signs just tattooed on them.
Man, you're gonna make me listen to the Heart Part 5, man, when we get off.
Kendrick, that's a great song y'all can listen to. Kendrick talking about it better than I can on on a 4-minute song, 5-minute song.
But that's the culture.
He keeps on saying, but he's saying the same thing I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
I just can't put my words together like Kendrick. I say fuck the culture. Kendrick dance and say, but that's the culture. I want you to want me too. But he's saying the same thing, bro.
Exactly.
If y'all listen to what he's saying on the Heart Part 5, Kendrick Lamar saying the same exact thing that I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
He just says it better. It sounds better. But I like to get straight to the point. What took Kendrick 3 verses in 5 minutes to do, I can say it in 3 words. Fuck the culture. Let's get straight to the point, man. And I've felt like this a while, but it's like the takeoff stuff really hit home with me. Cause you know my past, bro. That's no different. I've been in situations where takeoff's been it. I can't even count, bro. Like it was just a normal way of life. I don't even know the details of it, but if the let's say that the stories that they're saying are true about dice game or whatever. Bro, you know how many dice? That's how I used to eat in high school. All that I wanted was enough money. It's crazy how simple life can be if we let it. All I wanted was enough money, because during that time you could go buy J's. If you got to the mall early enough, I'm gonna get my J's. I had to get there earlier than everybody because my shoe size, each store only had 4. Like I would know how many. This store got 4 pair. This store got 3. This store got 3. I'm getting there early. I wanted enough money to buy my J's on Saturday and have enough money left over to go to the movies, go to Applebee's and take a girl to get ice cream.
Bro, do people still? Oh yeah, they do. I was about that. Man, I was about to say, do people still wait in line for shoes? But yeah, they do.
I don't know. I don't know how they done now. But even back then, I was still like chivalrous. Like my pops taught me, right? So don't let me have enough to pay for the movie to pay for her movie ticket. Cause dang, bro, high school people weren't doing that.
You want butter? Get that butter on that.
You weren't buying no chicks movie ticket.
I was, because I was in a relationship the whole time, so I was.
Well, I know me, and I was more prideful too because everybody else is. I came to find out later. I'm like, I thought y'all was all out here getting it like I was. I ain't know y'all's mamas was breaking y'all off and y'all taking that money to where we was at. Or you got child support and your mama just gives you the whole child support check and says, "Here, don't ask me for nothing here." I'm like, I ain't know that. I'm out here. I'm out here
bro.
getting it out the mud. That's probably why I got the mentality about stuff now. Like,
Of course it is. Of
cause I
course
be
it is.
cause I be thinking of some of my homies from back in the day, and I be like, y'all had to go get it just like me. Why are y'all thinking like? And I'm like, here's some stories. I talk to their mamas about. I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
that's why we different.
Even listening to the stories you've told, bro, I'd be like, oh man, Blake was out here getting to it. Cause I would just have my hand out. Like, you know what I'm saying? Can I have $10,
Nah,
$20?
mm-mm. And not that my mama wouldn't or that my pops wouldn't. I didn't want to ask.
Mm-hmm.
Like I really didn't. Like,
Yeah.
don't worry about it. Or the way that I am, and I get this from my mama. Not that it's not a positive thing. It's something that I intentionally, actively work on.
Mm-hmm.
Don't worry about it. I got it.
Mm. Mm.
You give any give back. You know what? Don't worry about it.
Mm-hmm.
I got it. Yo, mama, can I have $10 for what? You know what? Don't worry about it. Never mind.
Yeah, you had said that to me one time on the phone. It wasn't this year. It was last year. I think we was talking about maybe I think it may be an invoice or something. Like it, cause you know how like in the beginning we had like our conversations
Yeah.
about invoices and stuff. And I was like, what did I say? I said something, and you was like, bro, don't worry about it. Like, I got it. And I can hear it in your tone that something went
Mm-hmm.
wrong. I was
Bro,
like,
don't worry about it.
because anybody else probably could have easily been like, I bet, but I heard something, and you know how you be like, wait, no, that ain't how the conversation was supposed to go. Like, wait, time out. So I was like, bro, what happened here, dog? Like,
I
what
remember. I don't
whatever
remember
I
what.
was like, whatever you heard, it wasn't that.
Nah,
Like,
I remember what that. All right, don't worry about it. Was that all right? Don't worry about it. Was I was gonna pay you, and I was just never gonna deal with you again. Like I was like, all right, don't worry about it.
I think
And
I
it
can't.
would and it would have never been no more. Hey, bro, can you do this? Can
Yeah,
you shoot this? Can you do this? Can you do it? Wouldn't be like you my best friend. That wouldn't have changed. But as
yeah,
far
but
as
that,
like exchanging money for services or doing business together,
yeah,
if you ain't call me back, I'll be like, bro, what? Hold up, it would have
nah,
never cause I know me, bro. It would have never been another opportunity for me to
yeah,
pay you.
cause
I'm serious. Like in life.
yeah,
Like I'm like that with it. As soon as I say that, don't worry about it. I got it.
yeah, cause I
Expect
can't
to never
remember.
hear me ask you for nothing again in my life.
Man,
Like I'm for real, bro. Like that's where it start. Even to the point of, Mama, can I have $20 to go to the football game? I'm just making up this scenario, but let's say
yeah,
it
yeah,
was that. Can I have $20 to go to the football game? Or $30 to go to the football game? All right, here's a scenario. Mama, can I have $30 to go to a football game? A football game for $30? What you need $30 for?
Mm-hmm.
14, 13, 14-year-old me? Don't worry about it.
Mm-hmm.
Cause I don't want to explain myself. I don't want to, Mama, the football game, it costs $10, and then I might want something to eat, and then we're gonna do
Mm-hmm.
this and do that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, yo, I'm gonna just go get my money. She ain't gonna have to ask. I ain't gonna have to ask her.
Mm-hmm.
I can just get what I want.
Yeah.
Mom, can I get this video game? Blake, back then the PlayStation games was like $40.
Mm-hmm.
Can I get
Yep.
this video game? It's $40. And my mama, we laugh about it now. Like you would have thought she was. I ain't saying we was well off, but you would have thought she was in the trenches. Like I grew up in a 2-bedroom, 1-bathroom apartment from first memory until sophomore year of high school.
Mm-hmm.
We lived in the same one apartment, not
Mm-hmm.
going to another. Landlord loved to, the rent coming on.
Yeah, for sure, for sure.
Yeah, we know she paying, bro. Think that's a long time to be in one apartment. That's why
Mm-hmm.
when I first moved to Houston, that's why I felt so comfortable being in that one apartment for
Mm-hmm.
so long. I'm like, shoot. Only example I got, and my family members, they always thought my mama had it. She didn't.
Mm-hmm.
She just was better off than them, but they always thought my mama was the rich auntie or she was the
Mm-hmm.
rich person until they moved from the country to my city and then was like, realized that she didn't. They just lived in a little town that had one stoplight.
Yeah.
Like they all thought my granny was rich too. I never met my granddaddy. He passed away before I was born. But whatever he left my granny, he was in the military. Whatever he left her, I've never seen my granny. I have no memory from first memory to when she passed away earlier this year. I've never seen her work.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever benefit she had from my granddaddy took care of her whole life to the
Mm-hmm.
point where she basically had a husband. But if she legally got married, whatever that would whatever that assistance was would have stopped.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I'm sure she got accustomed to it he understood, but they basically married, bro.
Mm-hmm.
So they thinking, oh, Mary Lou, she rich. Your granny rich. Or my cousin's granny rich because they don't see her work. They see her buy whatever she want to buy.
Mm-hmm.
She's shop all the time. And then they see her get a new car every 3 years or something.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm like, yo, if Granny drove 2 hours down the road to where I'm from, she couldn't live like this.
Yeah.
They didn't realize that until they grew up and moved. And then I was like, your mama regular. I'm like, yes.
Your mama regular. Oh man.
She just lived in got comfortable in the 2-bed, 1-bathroom apartment
Mm-hmm.
and was just stacking her bread up till she bought the house and she put like a significant down payment on it too.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Man.
and I remember too when we moved, I thought we was rich. Cause I always thought if you had an upstairs, you was rich.
Mm-hmm.
So I've gone from first memory, sophomore year of high school. What am I, sophomore? I'm 15.
Mm-hmm.
So I go from first memory to 15, living in a 2-bedroom, 1-bathroom apartment, to a house that got a 2-car garage, 3 bedrooms, 2.5 bathrooms,
Mm-hmm.
a backyard. I was like, we rich.
Yeah.
I ain't never asked my mama something. Then I'll start asking, yo, mama, can I get $100? She's like, she's blind. 100? What? Wait, what do you got to do? For anything, I asked for 10, 5, 10, just so I could do my little whatever I'm doing. Because I really got like outside like 14. That's when I really started like making my own money and stuff. I'm riding the city bus all around the city doing what I'm gambling. That's why I'm saying like the culture, like say a dice game, that's how I really made my money, especially 16, 17. Like I go get, I, I be 16 with like $500
Oh yeah, you
that I
balling.
made in a few hours at the dice game on the west side of the city at midnight or at 11 o'clock at night on a Friday. It's bad. I got my J. I'm about to go get my J's. But that environment, I'm like, yo, I know that dice game with weed smoking, guns around, and bro, the arguments happen all the time, and I've gotten in so many arguments in dice games.
Yeah, for sure. It's inevitable.
To the point where in certain environments, just because, and I've always been aware of my like I low key been. I told you like on different conversations on how like my pops trained me to be paranoid. Like like it was kind of like some basic training stuff.
Yeah.
I'm 5. Walk into the building. Blake, where the exits? First thing we walk into where the exits. Walk into the movie. Walk into the gym. Where the exits? Here. Why you need to know the exit? So I know how to get out. So now to this day, I walk in somewhere. I immediately find where the exits are.
Yeah.
I see what people are there. Okay, something go down. I got to get through this many people. I get on the plane. Where the exit? Well, now most of the time where I'm sitting, but exit right here. There's 2 people here, 6 people over here. Like, can I move? All right, Blake. I'm 6. Don't sit your back to the door. So now restaurants and stuff, I don't like to have my back to the door.
Yeah, it's weird for me too. It's like,
Or if I do, like say if I'm eating at a restaurant at the bar or something, most of the time how the bars are designed, you're not facing the door. I always kind of do like a quick little.
Excuse me, sir. You expecting anyone?
Yeah, I'm always like yeah,
Yeah.
Or say my spot. You've been on one of my spots where I like to do the steak Sunday. My back. Think of where we were sitting. I always sit the bar seat closest to the kitchen door.
Right, so you can see, so you can surveil.
No, so I can see because at that spot the bar's here. You got to come around here to get to the exit. If something was to go down, the kitchen door's right here. Like I made my exit plan. My exit plan is to go through the kitchen. And I know that they got to have some door to lead out of the building through the kitchen.
Yeah.
So I'm like, bro, it'd be like strategized. Like this is from some, it's from some toddler.
Secret agent, man.
It's from some toddler type stuff.
Yeah.
And then you throw that on top of when my brother JP taught me how to go hustle, and like our hustle was gambling. So I'm super observant, like with everything. I was a little different. 15, 16 out there, they might be seeing stuff, but I'm seeing other stuff.
Yeah, you seeing the developments and stuff.
Yeah, I'm seeing. All right, this dude just walked off. Say I'm not on the dice. I'm side betting. I'm seeing this dude just answered his cell phone. He walk off. You can see his animations. You can't hear him. He's not having a good conversation right now. He come back to the dice game. His energy off. He getting aggressive with people. But I'm seeing him. All like, yo, something up with him.
Yeah, for sure.
So I'm shooting the dice. I roll an 8. And then 6 rolls later, I hit my point and I hit an 8. He like, no, dog, your point wasn't no 8, it was a 6. Man, my point wasn't, this is normal dice game stuff. My point wasn't 8. Nah, bro, put that money down, bro. It ain't your money. You wrote a 6. You right, dog. I must be tripping because I already done seen him walk off with that hostility. I'm like, I'm a athlete. I'm a good kid basketball player. Just want some money.
Yeah.
I know you holding. You got some other stuff on you. I know what you do outside of.
Right.
You know what? You right. I'm tripping, dog. But to most people, that's gonna be an altercation.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
I'm little, bro. It'll be, and at the time for me, it'd be like big money down there. For me at the time, I'm 15, 16, 17. Might have $80 down there, or 80 a piece. 160 might be down there. I'm like, yo, that's mine. Yo, you right.
Nah, I wouldn't even trip. Like on Friday.
Nah, so then I'll be like, you know what, you right. Who want now my new point 6, I already know it's 8. Yo, who want bet my 6-8? So next time I roll it, put some down on the 8 then. Cool.
Yeah.
That's a bad example because I was never I never had confidence on those 6. That'd be one of the bet everything. I'd be like, yo, I ain't no 6 dude, bro. No, come on. I crap out every time.
It's all mental, bro.
It's whatever. But anything else, bro? Nah, we bet that if I'm confident on some of my points, that 4 row round, I'm betting on the 10-4. I give you all other craps.
I ain't shot dice in so long. That'd be a good time. You got me wanting to shoot dice, man.
And if you shoot dice, go to a casino. That's the only place I will ever shoot dice in my life. Is at a casino. And I probably won't shoot dice again because I know how to shoot dice on the pavement. I went to a casino when I got older. I didn't know what I was doing. They was mad at me at the table. Because the boy casino, it got all this other stuff.
Yeah, you be like,
got all these words
inside,
and colors.
outside, and
you bet in the bar.
Yeah.
Like what? You got to throw them all the way, you got to throw them all the way down.
Yeah, toss them for sure, yeah.
They gotta smack against the back wall. I'm just tossing them. My hair is in New Orleans. They like, what? People, I'm like, hey man, I got off. I was like, yo, I don't know what y'all doing.
Yeah.
Hey, right now I'm riding horseback in the rainforest with a group of high-level entrepreneurs, all 6, 7, and 8-figure earners. The thing is that while we're here enjoying our life, we're all generating income right now because we know how to monetize our IP, our intellectual property. The problem is that you either have a gift and you don't know how to monetize it, or you don't know what your gift is. I want to help you tap into that gift to where you can make income while you're just living your life, enjoying the fruits of your labor, and making income literally 24/7. Go ahead and tap in and join me at the top. It's crowded at the top.
Another thing too, bro, I'm shooting dice. I'm 17. I'm 17, bro. I lost like $600-$700. These dudes from another town came in and they was doing stuff I didn't understand. Something about betting the bar. Some stuff they do in the casino. It's like if you crap out, I don't know the exact definition of it, but say it's something like this. Say if they crap out, say if they crap out on a 7, right? Say it's something like if it's 5-2, everybody get their money back. If it's 4-3, then they whatever, and they would cop one of the dice to whereas there's a good probability of that 5 popping up. If it is a 5-2, everybody get their money back. They did something in their finger with the dice. They would be shaking them up, and it would sound like they shaking them, but they not. They really just clanking them together.
Uh-huh.
And then they would spin it to a point where this 5 would keep popping up. So even when they crapping out, they betting a bar, some stuff
Right.
that I don't understand because we don't play like that. Like this is some stuff that could happen
Mm-hmm.
in the streets, right?
Mm-hmm.
So and I remember losing so much money that night. With a lot of money then. Think $600-700 is 17. I'm like, dang.
Yeah, that's a
And
bag.
I never forget my big homie Pete. Shout out to Pete. Pete told me, he said, Sand, they call me Sandman back home. He was like, Sand. And I lost all this. He was like, Sand, if you playing basketball and the game's on the line, you won't take the last shot or be on defense.
Mm.
And I was like, I won't shoot the rock. And I ain't never forgot that to this day. I'm like, if the game's on the line, anything, life, entrepreneurship, business, whatever, I'm like, I'm going out shooting. Like I'm not playing defense. Cause I lost my money fading him. Cause he kept rolling them sevens and I'm picking up my money, but we betting whatever this term is that I don't know.
Yeah.
And when he's crapping out, it's taking the money back, and then he come back and hit his point. So it's not even like I get the chance to get the dice back.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So he was like, yo, you want to play defense or you want the ball in your hand? And that's a life lesson he told me at 17. I'm like, I still go by that like to this day.
Yeah. Nah, that's a bar.
But I'm like, some dice game stuff, bro, that's some regular stuff. Like that, like people were talking about, man, rappers is dangerous. That's some rapper stuff. Them rappers. I'm like, nah, that's some culture stuff. That's normal.
Yeah. Yeah,
A
unfortunately.
bunch of dudes shooting dice on a pool table, on the streets, wherever it is. I'm like, that's normal. That's not rapper activity. That's culture activity. Why would this rapper be doing that? Because he's of the culture.
Culture, yeah.
They probably feel like they're around in an environment where they feel safe and probably can let their hair down and just do some normal stuff. That's normal to us.
Exactly.
These celebrities, they have a thirst for normalcy. Ah, bro, I can just sit here and just shoot some craps with. Bad.
Yeah. I'm in heaven. Yeah.
So I'm like that culture stuff, bro. We don't own none of the culture. Everybody that makes money off of the culture, everybody else makes money off of the culture except for us. When we do get paid something, it scraps on that back end. They getting the mailbox money. That's what Nipsey's whole message was. He wanted the mailbox money. I'm like the neighborhoods of the culture that we got so much pride in. We don't own them. I'm like, what is the culture? This black culture that nobody black owns that kills us?
Yep, and that's even a pod in itself right there. That could go deep. It ain't gotta be this pod, but that's a conversation too.
Yeah, I'm just like, man, I know, and it's sad. It's sad that this stuff happens all the time, but like I said, it just seems to be a national topic once it becomes a rapper. I'm like, where are these conversations when it's not the rapper?
Yeah.
Where are these conversations when it's my cousin, your cousin, her brother, his daddy? Like this stuff happens every day nationwide. Don't nobody speak on it until it's a rapper. And then it'll be somebody with like and then we'll sit there and make fun of Lil Uzi because he won't dance around and look like he having some fun.
Hit
Nah,
it.
he's soft.
I thought you was about to hit it. Hey, hit it.
Nah.
I just want to rap.
I just did it on my story. I posted my story. That's my song, man.
Nah, that song.
And the dance.
Hey.
I can't do it sitting down. But you know what I'm saying? It'd be like a little Uzi. He's sitting around dancing, having fun, hitting his hitting his shoulder.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say, oh, he's soft. Or
but even the name though of the guy who's having fun.
Yeah. But you gotta think, outside of Uzi's from a real place.
Yeah.
Like people may think he's just looks like that and acts like that. Like I'm sure that young man is hardened to a point more than the average person talking mess about him.
Yeah.
Like, bro, once you see Uzi hitting them dirt bikes and stuff, you be like, oh, he from Philly. He do all that bike life stuff. He do all that bike life, like tough too.
I hadn't seen it.
Yeah, so you like, oh, okay, he from Philly.
Yeah.
Especially once I heard like other older people talking about like, nah, man, Uzi's a real one. And then I saw the dirt bike stuff. I was like, yeah, he from Philly. He's not from Philadelphia.
Yeah, from Philly.
Yeah, or where Kobe was from, Lower Marion.
Man, Kobe was hurt when they was booing that man at the All-Star, man.
Yeah, because they ain't looking. For one, he a Laker and they beat him in the finals.
Yeah.
For two, they never really looked at him as like Philly.
Yeah.
I'm like, man, you an Italian kid that came in Lower Marion.
Rest in peace.
But even that, yeah, rest in peace to the GOAT, Kobe Bean. But even that, he's a real one. What does real mean?
Right.
We got to stop in our culture, bro. A lot of stuff in our culture, we equate that to crime. I used to have arguments with people. This was before the Bow Wow challenge and stuff. I was like, man, Lil Bow Wow, the realest rapper ever. Man, what? How he real? What he done did?
Who he done
shot?
Yeah.
I'm like, he got on when he was a kid, got rich and successful early, and raps about girls that he's dating. Now, what's not real about that? Nah, he ain't real. Cause he ain't rapping about Tommy guns like Lil Wayne. Bro, Lil Wayne, we seen Lil Wayne grow up as a rich star. When did Lil Wayne have all this time to do all this stuff that he was saying that he was doing?
The same way Drake had time to see blood freeze on the leaves. What he say? Like, and that's the same way.
You say yay?
No, I said the same way. It's just somehow, some way, the grassy star, he be out in the field. Like, oh man. But you know what though? I will say an unfortunate truth. Unfortunately, for whatever the reasons, they are oftentimes with those people who actually do put in the work. And I could see a situation or situations where they want to prove themselves to not be the rich kid that we grew up watching, to not be, you know what I'm
And
saying?
that's the culture. Why ain't it cool to be the rich kid? Why ain't it cool to be the smart kid?
Exactly.
Nipsey got something. Nipsey said it's all about aggressive intelligence. I remember a time where it used to be cool to be dumb. But we gotta switch that to where it's like, nah, if you over here talking ignorance, he need to be the person that gets beat up and smashed on.
Mm-hmm.
Not the smart kid.
Mm-hmm.
Like who made that cool to be dumb?
Yeah.
So it's like, nah, we switching it up. Like we gonna be aggressive. Like we all in our culture, we're aggressive with violence. We need to switch and be aggressive with our intelligence.
Mm-hmm.
Let that be the cool thing. Uplift the cool. That needs to be the cool thing. Uplift the kid that's sitting there making robotics in 4th grade.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, and then once the girls, because a lot of stuff we do for girls, I was talking about this with my mama too, a couple weeks ago. She was talking about Jeezy and Jenny Mai.
Mm-hmm.
She was like, because Jeezy's album had just dropped, and I was listening to it because I was
Snowfall,
even
yeah.
talking about this on social media. I was like, it's hard for me to listen to rap. Even if it's negative, I always like to listen to hustler music.
Yeah.
So it's like hearing Jeezy's was like a kind of fresh breath of air as far as just that hustler, and it sound like Jeezy,
Right.
like,
Right.
you know, he came out with some stuff that it ain't feel like this one was like
Yeah.
it feel like Jeezy. So my mama heard me listening to that, and she saw me watching the Drink Champ stuff, and she was sitting there watching, and she was like, you know, they was asking him about cancel culture. Do you believe in cancel? Like they forgot Jeezy was the first one that they attempted to cancel. That's why he came out with the mixtape, Can't Ban the Snowman. I remember kids in school, we couldn't wear the snowman t-shirts.
Oh man, that's deep.
You don't remember that?
I mean, we was never not allowed to wear any shirts.
But that was like a national thing, bro. That was like on the news back then. Like kids was getting suspended for wearing snowman's shirts. That's why it was like can't ban the snow. That's why it became a thing.
Yeah, makes sense.
But my mama, she didn't remember all this stuff. I was like, yeah, because I didn't buy a snowman t-shirt. Like, even though I didn't like school, I played basketball. I don't want to get suspended. I'm not even attempting to wear a snowman t-shirt to school.
Yeah.
I got a game on Thursday.
Like I ain't gonna play with it.
Yeah, yeah. I'm gonna just listen to it. But she knows Jenny Mai because she used to watch whatever that show is, and I guess her mama be doing some funny stuff on Instagram or something. So she was like,
she be cooking on the gram, right?
I have no clue. I'm not tapped into nothing.
I feel like I've seen
Jenny
like
Mai don't pop up on my algorithm.
a few videos where she was cooking and she'll had a commentary of like and because what's Jeezy's real name? Do you know? Well, she'll just say his real name, like he likes edamame, and he and it's just the whole
Yeah, I ain't seen them, but maybe she does that, and then somewhere a mama pops up or something. My mama said that she thinks her mama's funny, but she was like, "Who would have ever thought that Jenny Mai would be with somebody like Jeezy?" Because my mom, she's not hit to certain stuff. She never really listened to rap outside of what might be on the radio. She don't know these stories of Jeezy's telling while she's sitting watching this Drink Champs episode with me, and he's telling stories and stuff. And I'm telling her stories while we watching it. Like, I remember that. She watched the BMF show. She don't know nothing about Jeezy walk around with Meech. And I'm like, yeah, mama, that was like they dress code. They was all black Air Forces. Like Jeezy was fat, no hair on his face, like looking angry all the time. Like, I was like, this snowman is like it's like a thing. It's a symbol. I put up title. I was like, search any musical artist you can think of. A picture of him pops up in a little circle. I said, search Jeezy. The snowman face pop up. But she was like, who would think that Jeezy would be with Jenny Mai? And I was like, she's like, well, you would just never think a girl like her would get with a man like a woman like her would get with a man like him with this past and this history, and you sit here talking about this versus. I just thought it was a versus battle. Like I didn't know that people died behind that and
Yeah.
all this stuff. Like who
Yeah.
would have thought them two would end up together? I said me, because the no matter what, the girls, especially the good girls, is always gonna love the street cats.
Mhm. Yeah.
Always, bro. You'll see the dude that everybody's fearful of. His girlfriend go to college. Like you'd be like,
Mhm.
he got the pretty girl on the volleyball team or something. You'd be
Mhm.
like, what? It's always like the girls always used to get like and still do, them young girls, they get a thrill off of that stuff till they get to a certain age. Then they want the guys that they thought was lames and nerds back when
Right.
they was younger. But now them guys that they want now, they're successful.
Mhm.
And you're not in their class anymore.
Mhm. Hey, I see what you did there, though. Huh?
They want to
Yeah, boy got bars, bro. He got bars, dog.
you know what I'm saying? But it's like that's how it goes. I've even had conversations with women and some of my homegirls, they going through this right now because it's like they might be, and I don't want nobody to think that there's any age limitations on certain things. But say one of my homegirls, she's 32, about to be 33.
Mhm.
She's saying that she had a type she always liked. The When she was younger in high school, she liked the street dude. When she get in her 20s, she's living the nightlife. She's around all the glitz and the glam of the nightlife,
The
the
party
fast
promoter.
money, the part, yeah, all that type of stuff.
Mhm.
Now it's like she's 32. She want to get married. She want to have kids. Not saying that she can't, but it's like everybody that she looks at for that, they're not looking at her.
Mhm. Mhm.
Like some of them, I like you ain't give me no type of play
Yeah.
while I was building all of this,
Yeah.
and just say realistically, a 30, say she about to be 33. You meet somebody. I know there's no time frame in any of this stuff, but say you meet somebody you date for a year. She about to be 34.
Mhm.
Then you get engaged for. Then say you do get proposed. Then you say that you're engaged for a year. I don't know how stuff goes, but I'm just making up stuff. Now you're 35. She says she wants to travel the world and all this stuff with her husband and stuff. So then you go travel. She want to travel the world for 3-4 years before she had. Okay, so now you're gonna be. These are a conversation I
Mhm.
had with her. I'm like,
Mhm.
okay, so now you're gonna be 39, 40. I'm like, where do the kids come in? Like, and she's even realized that I don't want nobody to kill me. This is what she told me. This
Mhm.
ain't my opinion.
Mhm.
She's like saying like, okay. She's thinking like, damn, did I waste the time that I could have been doing all this stuff? I'm
Mm.
like, cause you could have found that dude at 24. Did
Yeah.
all that and then be at that point now at 32, 33, versus hoping to find it now, do all this stuff, but she was into the culture.
Yeah. Probably what's gonna end up happening is, God willing, she finds what she's looking for, and that whole travel stuff is gonna happen after the kids.
But I just know it. But her type though is gonna be forced because she don't want a square. Like she's not attracted to a square. Like I'm a square. I know people that's listening, they may not know what I mean when I say square. I mean like when I say square, I'm not saying no lame type stuff. I'm saying
Yeah.
just straight lace, law abiding, all
Mm.
that stuff. She's never dealt with nobody like that before. How you
Mm.
gonna start now?
Mm. Mm.
She gonna get bored. She want people to. The culture tells us it's cool to brag on your toxicity.
Yeah, I hate it. I hate it.
That's the culture. It's cool to be toxic. It's cool to be emotionally unavailable. It's cool.
Yeah, I posted about that recently. About just like, man, I hate it, bro.
She posts all on her, she used to post all on her social media about like how toxic she is, the memes, love all the Justin LeBoy stuff and all like she told me that she got to get rewired off all that stuff. She not even on social media right now because of because of that. Like
Mm,
she's like, I gotta,
yeah,
you know how people delete their socials and
yeah.
all that stuff, thinking that it's a rebirth or something. And y'all, if y'all delete your social media, y'all feel like y'all gotta delete your social media to go rebirth yourself or cleanse yourself. Just delete it. You ain't gotta announce to everybody that you leaving. All right, guys, I'm going. Like, just delete it.
Man.
But y'all, man, don't let the culture eat you. Like I might listen to this tonight, bro. One of my old favorite albums. I like the whole concept of it too, and it was just dope. Lupe Fiasco had an album called The
Oh, the
Coup.
cool. Yeah, one of my favorite albums. That's my favorite album of his. But that's a top. That's a. I almost said top 5, but that's a top 10 album for me.
As far as what he's talking about, the whole concept, as far as the concept album, and
Mm.
he even had a character. You remember that character where it
Yeah.
was like this side of him was this side of him
Mm-hmm.
was it, this side was. Yeah, don't let the culture eat you, and don't be a victim of the coup.